Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. And we begin with monkey mayhem continuing in South Carolina. Last week, 43 young rhesus macaws bolted from a research facility in the town of Yamasee when an employee forgot to lock a door. Their break for freedom didn't take them far. Most are still hanging out in trees just outside the perimeter of the lab. As of this recording, at least 25 have been caught, and all are said to be in good health. The rest are, for now, living la vida loca and cooing to their friends on the inside. Police say the little monkeys, which weigh only 6 to 7 pounds, are not a threat to nearby residents, but that they should keep their doors and windows closed and avoid startling them if they happen upon them. President-elect Donald Trump will meet with President Joe Biden at the White House tomorrow. It's not known what the two will discuss, but one topic likely on the table is Ukraine. President Biden is expected to urge Mr. Trump not to abandon support for Ukraine in its war against Russia. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Biden may also talk about ensuring the peaceful transfer of power in the coming months. Mr. Trump officially won the 2024 election with 312 electoral votes to Ms. Harris's 226. He also won the popular vote. Someone else who's winning the popular votes, at least in the music world, is superstar Beyonce. She's already the most awarded artist in Grammy history with 32 wins, a feat she achieved last year. Now she also holds the record for Grammy nominations with a whopping 99 under her belt. Until Friday's announcement, she was tied at 88 with husband Jay-Z. Her latest 11 includes Song and Record of the Year for Texas Hold'em, the history-making release that made her the first black female ever to hit #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. She also scored her 5th career nomination for Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter. The Grammys will air on Sunday, February 2nd. For over 80 years, Major League Baseballs have had special mud rubbed on them before every game to make them easier to handle. Until now, no one could figure out why it gives players a firmer grip, but University of Pennsylvania researchers say they've figured it out. They found that this particular mud has the ideal proportions of sticky clay to sand particles, so the material spreads smooth and evenly while making the ball easier to grip. A third base coach for the Philadelphia A's in the 1930s, the A's were in Philadelphia back then, hunted for this perfect mud after an umpire rejected other substances. He found it in a location that's still secret near Palmyra, New Jersey. Today, mud from that special location is strained, rinsed with tap water, and given some treatments that remain industry secrets. Some of your parents may work at stand-up desks, which became all the rage a few years ago. The thinking, if sitting is bad, standing must be better, right? Even Apple's CEO Tim Cook is reportedly a huge fan of working upright. But new research from the University of Sydney says these desks may not be the health booster many had hoped for. The new study looked at 83,000 adults and found that standing for more than 2 hours a day not only doesn't improve health and burn extra calories, but it heightens risks of circulatory problems and could cause abnormally low blood pressure and blood clots. Sitting too much is still a problem, say the researchers, but instead of standing, it may be best to get up and move around every 30 minutes or so to get your circulation going. Still to come, even a king can receive secondhand bling. But first, we want to do a triple shout-out to the McCrory kids of Winston-Salem, North Carolina for their big month of birthdays. Connor is at Paisley Middle School and plays soccer, volleyball, and the viola. Charlotte goes to Spees Global and does gymnastics and plays the ukulele. And Thomas is also at Spees Global, plays soccer and the violin. They're all athletic and musical. Happy birthday month, Connor, Charlotte, and Thomas. And now, today's KidNuz quiz. What kind of monkeys made a break for it in South Carolina? Rhesus macaws. Which pop superstar just broke the record for most all-time Grammy nominations? Beyonce. Where does the special mud that Major League Baseball uses for its balls come from? Palmyra, New Jersey. What office trend may not be as healthy as first thought? Stand-up desks. In today's KidNuz Kicker, you may be familiar with the enormous, colorful, and iconic burial mask of King Tut, whose full name was Tutankhamun. It's perhaps the most famous icon in ancient Egyptian history. Well, turns out it probably wasn't made for him. Analysis of the golden burial mask of the boy king, who died when he was around 18, indicates it was intended for someone else. Egyptologists say the chemical makeup of the gold on the face is different from the rest of the mask, and that the lines where the two metals were joined can be detected. Some Egyptologists have long suspected it was actually intended for a woman because its earlobes are pierced to hold jewelry. Tut's death was sudden, and there was little time for his funeral, which is why the mask may have been repurposed. Known as the Boy King, Tutankhamun became the ruler of Egypt at the age of 9 in 1332 BC. Appreciation to our quiz sponsor, the McCrorys of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who want Connor, Charlotte, and Thomas to know that Mom, Dad, and Branch love them very much and hope all three have a wonderful birthday month. And as always, we want to shout out our fabulous KidNuz teachers. Ms. Vaccaro and her Dublin Shamrocks at Dublin in White Lake, Michigan. Mrs. Foster and her Roadrunners at Forest Road School in LaGrange Park, Illinois. And Ms. Shirley and her Eagles at Horizon in Madison, Alabama. Thanks for listening. Please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.